This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, these Monday videos, I'm changing things up, as you might have noticed. Basically, I'm still doing the classic solo analysis, but only every other week nowadays, interspersed with the sort of usual Monday solo analysis stuff that I've been doing for years now. I've started doing some basic lead guitar lessons. 2 weeks ago, we started this off by taking a look at this scale here, the pentatonic scale, and there was a little bit of a solo involved in that video, but it was the main focus of it was how to play the scale, and I said that at some future point we'll be taking a little bit more of a look at how you turn something that sounds like you're just playing up and down a scale into something that sounds like you're playing an actual piece of music, and that's what we're about today. So here's a short little solo using the scale you've just seen on screen. So the emphasis today is, I'm going to assume that you've spent a couple of weeks practicing that scale pattern. And what we're going to do today is take a little bit of a look at how you, as I said, stop it sounding like a scale and make it sound like a solo. Here's a little bit of a look at how you do that.
Here is the explanation.
Okay, so you may remember that in the previous instalment of the series, a couple of weeks ago, we took a look at a scale pattern that looks like this. If I just kind of leave that on screen and walk through it, it's 3rd and 5th fret on the 6th string, then the same frets on the 5th string, and slide up to the 7th fret. Then the same essential pattern, the same series of moves, starting at the 5th fret on the 4th string. Then the same series of moves starting at the 8th fret on the 2nd string. And you can go up that. And you need to learn to come back in the other direction as well. There we go. Right, so you can run up and down the scale over the top of a backing track and it'll sound, you know, providing you're using the right scale over the right backing track, it'll sound like music of some description, but it will still sound very much like you're playing a scale, and that's what we want to get away from here. We want to not make it sound like a scale, make it sound like a solo. And probably the best clue is in how to do that is to pay attention to probably the greatest compliment that any musician can hope for, which is that they can make the instrument talk. Big clue there. Think about vocal patterns. And as I always say to my students, if it can be written, it can be spoken. If it can be spoken, it can be sung. And if it can be sung, it can be played. Now, before I started this video today, I had to nip out and run a couple of errands. And as I was walking up the high street, I should have taken a picture actually, but I never thought. But as I was walking up the high street, passing one of the cafes, there was a sign in the window saying, "All day breakfasts served here." So I thought, okay, yeah. Got back home, I thought, yeah, let's use that. And that is essentially what I did at the, in that solo that you heard earlier. All day breakfast served here. So let's just do that on a single note. If I go, all day breakfast served here. And then all day breakfast served here. Like that. Once you're comfortable with the rhythm of that, then you can start populating that rhythm with different notes, all taken from that pattern you can see on screen there. So let's have a listen to, I think, something that I played on there, something like it anyway. All day breakfast served here. And then you can just kind of play around with that a little bit, keep the core of it like that, but, maybe just subtract a note at the end. Yeah, so now you've got... Already, even without any accompaniment, it's sounding like music. You can try that in various different cycles of that scale pattern. As I said, we've got one that starts there. We've got another one which starts here. So I can go... like that, okay? Or maybe... play it backwards. So instead of starting here, start at the top of that. And you start throwing all that together and you get... Notice I used a little string bend there. Any of these places where you can slide up 2 frets, you can replace that slide with a bend. So on the 6th, 5th and 4th strings, you'll need to pull the string down to do it. On the 1st, 2nd and 3rd strings, you push the string up. So just try getting that pitch by going like that. You can hear what I'm doing. I'm playing the actual slide and then just replacing the slide with a bend and aiming for the same pitch. Like that. So, all day breakfast served here. And then maybe jump to somewhere else in the scale. Like that. And if you listen to that solo again, hit the rewind button and go and have a listen to it, you can hear that basically all it is. And I think I played like 4 times through an 8-bar chord sequence, just using that basic all-day breakfast idea to create a solo. It's never going to be voted one of the greatest guitar solos ever played. That's not the point of what we're doing here. It's all just kind of learning to think in a musical fashion, learning to take this scale pattern or any of the other ones that we'll end up looking at and make it sound like music. And as I say, look for something, just look open a book at a random page and take a line from a book, or a sign that you might see on a high street like I did. If it can be written, it can be spoken. If it can be spoken, it can be sung. If it can be sung, it can be played, and you can create music with it. And just trust your ears as you're playing. Sometimes you might want to just repeat a little part of it, because that's the way, if you're listening to how the notes that you are playing are interacting and sitting over the backing track that you're playing over, you'll kind of get a sense pretty soon of when you might need to do something. See, I took the first little part of it and repeated it. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I find that 3 times is, a good number of repeats. There's a very famous TV show in the UK about people basically hunting for a new house. And it's not called location, location. It's not called location, 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 location. It's called location, location, location. Okay? So, just in oratory, and you hear politicians doing this all the time. They'll always kind of, when they're making some sort of speech, they'll have like a 1, 2, 3, kind of 3 cadences that seem to have the same sort of rhythm, and repeating that same thing 3 times. It works in music as well. As I say, it's not a hard and fast rule. That's what I did there. So as I say, if you're listening to the backing track, you'll hear when that kind of thing sounds appropriate, usually as you're hitting a big crescendo or something, or coming to the end of a section. It just seems to work well in those sort of places. But just have a play about with it and experiment with it. So try the all-day breakfast thing. All-day breakfast served here. And see what variations you can come up with on it. And try it out over the backing track. But above all, go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for the solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with that explanation you've just seen there, the clip of me playing the solo, the backing track to play over, and all that good stuff. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £3 a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are down below, including the new Tier 2 Patreon membership, where it's $6 or £6 a month, and you get access to all of that stuff that I've just been talking about, jam tracks, tabs, etc, etc. But you also get a twice monthly hangout on Zoom with me and the other Tier 2 members, and I'm starting to put some reaction videos up there as well, just as a little thank you, basically, for signing up for the higher tier membership. Again, just click on the link in the description. There's the address there, and choose which tier you want to sign up to. But that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about many, many things, usually, but not always, guitars and music. But the conversation often does go off on some entertaining tangents, shall we say. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.